All right, man, I just want to do a quick video to show you how to rig a worm weedless. A lot of those ponds and stuff you're fishing in, you're definitely going to want to rig it weedless. So this here is called an EWG hook, extra wide gap worm hook. You can see it's got the bend there, and they call it an extra wide gap because from the point to the shank, there's a big gap. That's so when a bass bites down, there's a big gap there to hook them. So all you're going to want to do, I'm using a stick bait for this example. You can do this with really any rubber worm or even different, combinations, lizards, whatever, all kinds of different ones. So what you're going to do, you want to make sure your line is tied on first. And the reason why is when you're done, the eyelet is going to be somewhat covered up. So it's easier if you have your hook tied on already. So you're just going to start is you're going to go right in the end, and you're going to want to go almost the full length of this first length of your hook right here. So you're just going to go straight in, about like that. Then you're going to push through. You're going to run the worm up to the top of the shank of your hook here. It's got some slimy stuff on it, so it's slippery. Some oils. Come on, Lindsay. Making this look real hard. There you go. Like that right there. So you can see how it kind of covers that eyelet. And then what you'll do is just go like this, and so you can get a visual for where you want that hook to go through the worm. So you can see you want it to be a nice, straight, natural presentation. You never want it to be kinked or anything like that, but bass are smart. It needs to be straight and natural. So you want to go through right there, and you're just going to bend your worm, and you're going to go straight in like that, and you're going to come out like that. And so now you have it rigged nice and straight on there, so when it falls, you get a nice wiggle on the tail. You want to make sure you choose the hook size according to your bait. So for a big 5-inch stick bait like this, I'm using a pretty big, like a size 5 hook. You never want your hook to be more than half the length of your bait. A smaller hook's going to give you a more natural presentation. Another thing you can do is right here, you can kind of pull on your rubber worm a little and then push in like that. And you can see how it hides that tip, how it kind of sticks in like that. After you start catching some fish, your rubber worm will get kind of beat up. You might have to take it off, re-rig it. If you need to, you can even kind of bite the end off and start over. But that's how you're going to rig a weedless EWG hook. Okay? So, the other thing I want to show you is how to rig a different style of hook. Now this is just kind of a straight shanked hook meant for a Texas rig. So it's a little bit different. It's real similar. You're going to start it out the same. You're just going to go in the end, about like that. Push through. Same thing, run it up. Over your eyelet there, like that. Again, I don't have a line on it this time. You can see why that would be tough to tie your knot. With this one though, it's a little bit different because the shape of the hook is different. So instead of just going like straight through, you want to get an idea of where you want to go through there like this, and you're going to go in at an angle. So you want to go in about right there where the bottom of your hook is, but you're going to come out at an angle like this. And that's what you want it to look like. Again, you want it to be nice and straight. And in this situation, you can see that the tip of the hook is actually not even exposed. So it's straight like that. This is actually a slightly more weedless presentation than the EWG hook. But with this style of hook, you usually got to set the hook a little harder because it's a thick hook. And what happens is when the bass bites down, you can see the point of that hook comes through. And then when you set the hook, it goes in his mouth. So that's the two different style of hooks, the EWG and I don't even know what this one's called, but it's just for basically just for a weedless presentation, and that's how you rig those.